Hi guys, this is James from DBG, and this is another showcase video. We're getting a lot of these lately, but this is the last one. This is the last army I did before I start commission work again, which will start, well, imminently. So, it's another bolt action army. It is another 1,000 point bolt action army, and it is German, and it is SS. Obviously, SS are the proper bad guys when it comes to World War II. Did quite a few horrible things, but then it's war. Everyone does horrible things. Not that I'm condoning the SS at all. I'm just saying war is horrible and everyone does horrible things, but these guys did very good soldiers, but they did some horrible things. Anyway, before we go into political incorrectness and get this video deleted, I'm just going to do what I normally do, show you what's in the army, and then show you a few of my favourite miniatures and stuff. So, over here we have those two guys in the front are a Panzerschreck team. A Panzerschreck is a German version of the bazooka. And then behind there we have a Pak 40 75mm anti-tank gun. We have 2 10-man squads of SS troops. They have a mixture of weapons, MP40s, MP44s, and MG42 and rifles. Down here we have the officer and his attendant. At the back there we have the 81mm mortar, and then an MG42 medium machine gun. We have a small 5-man squad there, and mainly armed with assault rifles, and a couple of Panzerschrecks. And then last but not least we have the SDKFZ 250/9 tracked armoured car. Now, this is just under 1,000 points. It's 998 points, mainly because of the mix of weapons in the squads. Like I said, there's roughly 3 MP40s, a couple of MP44s, and a MG42, and a couple of Panzerschrecks. When it all adds up, it's about 170 points, if not more. Which does add up because these guys are veterans. I mean, if you don't know bolt action, it has a rating system. You have inexperienced, regular, and veteran. Obviously, each level has disadvantages and advantages. All these guys are veterans. Just to put it into perspective, over here, the Panzerschreck team veteran is 104 points. The Pak 40 at the back there is about 137 points veteran, something like that. Added together you get roughly 240 points. That's still not enough points for a veteran Panzer IV. Veteran Panzer IV is 282 points. That's before you add the shirts on, which is the armoured skirts that the German vehicles have. A bit of spaced armour to stop the Allies, and the Soviets with their versions of anti-tank weapons. The Piat for the British, the bazooka for the Americans. The Soviets actually used thousands of captured Panzerfausts and Panzerschrecks against German vehicles. Little history out there. So, without further ado, let's have a look at some of these miniatures. See if I can, it's a bit dusty. There we go, that's better. So let's start with the officer. This is a second lieutenant or a lieutenant. Come on, focus. Focus for me, please. Come on. Sorry, I'm going to have to do the tappy tappy. Come on, focus. I was hoping I was try and show you the... There we go. The camouflage. Now, SS camouflage has a reputation of being quite hard, and there are 2 main types. There's P-Dot and oak leaf. This is oak leaf, and you can't actually see it well in my lighting. But this is green oak leaf. So you've got a dark green smock with patches of brown and patches of a lighter green over it. I've just dabbed it on. It's very quick. It's quite easy. I might be able to see it a bit better on this guy than this helmet, or not. And then if I grab this guy here, with his K98. That is the brown version of Oakleaf. Again, you can't really tell. There's something wrong with my lighting. Can't really tell. Anyway, we've got one of these in each squad. This is an MG42, obviously in repositioning. This is one of my favourite little. This is a guy's an NCO, and the plastic kit comes with lots of spare bits. One of those bits is a spare stick grenade. So what I did is I glued it in the hand, which is obviously the NCO's pointing hand. So it looks like he's throwing a stick grenade. Right. Okay, sorry guys, mine accident. I accidentally kicked the tripod and I had to pause it. So yes, Panzerschreck. This is the. Let's see if I can get some light. This is the. If it will just bloody focus. There we go. The German version of the bazooka. Obviously, it was used first because the Americans copied this design. Or maybe it was the other way around. Could have been the other way around. Anyway, both were used in late 42, early 43 when they first came out. And obviously this is the only guy in the whole army which has top to toe in the same camouflage. I do like to mix the camouflage about. This is what they did. They mixed their smocks. They had their grey trousers, grey tunics, etc. Now, this guy. If you don't know, I always base artillery, or large artillery, on CDs, old CDs. This is an old Kerrang CD from 1997. As you know, I was going through my selections, and the logs are just bits of twig from a bush in my back garden, and then we've got the usual tufts and sand and gravel to make it all. And as you can see, we've got a nice scenic base for the anti-tank gun. I'd say I'm quite proud of this. I'm actually really pleased how this turned out. I wasn't sure. I thought the logs would be too big, but that actually worked out rather well. And we have the mortar. As you can see, there's a mix of camo here with the grey trousers, the green smock, the camo trousers, and the camo helmet covers. And the MG42. This is actually the Grenadier one, not the SS one. I just prefer it for all my figures being prone instead of running around like the SS one is. And then last but not least, we'll have a look at the 250/9. Like with all German stuff, there's many. I think someone said there's over 200 variants of armoured vehicles the Germans used, which is one of the reasons why they had so much production problems, because they couldn't just standardise. Like the Allies standardised with the Sherman and the T-34 and the Cromwell, and to a certain extent Churchill and Matilda and stuff like that as well. But the Germans, they wanted bigger and better and newer and shinier, and that's one of the many, many reasons why the Germans weren't in a good state during the war. I mean, there's lots and lots of historians out there who have lots of many ideas on how the war went and why the Germans did this, why the Allies did that, blah, blah. But this is the wrong video to talk about that. Military History Visualised is another good one for that. Antique History that I mentioned before, another good one. They always go on about everything. They always go about logistics and everything about the war. Anyway, I'm going to go off on a massive tangent, and like I did last time, so I'm not going to. And just a quick note, if you stuck with me this far, thank you very much. Just a quick note on the video I released, hobby update. There's actually a bit of good news. The government has seen fit to, because we challenged it, seen fit to give us back one of our one part of our financial help, which happens to be the biggest part. So we are not in as bad a state as we were a week, 10 days ago. So all good. And once again, thank you for the messages I received. Quite a couple of people in the same boat as me. It's good to hear. It's good to chat about these things and, you know, share around. It all helps. Don't bottle it up. If you bottle it up, bad things happen. Anyway, without further ado, do all the YouTube stuff. Like and subscribe. In the description you'll find Goblin Gaming, White Shark Gaming, and links to their Facebook and Instagram and whatever. And as usual guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.